A Christmas Eve, a silent night, a restless wind blows through my world tonight.
Good afternoon everyone, welcome back to JMC Creates. My name is Jackie McKissick and today I'm going to show you the cards that I made with the Gnomes Hunkydory kit. Okay, this is all the papers I have left, and what I did was I went through and took, there's either 3 or 4, 12 designs, 4 of each, so I took one of each design out, one of this and one of the next one, and I put them all in a plastic bag that I can't find just at the minute, but those I am going to make, I'm going to use the topper bits of them, and then these bits are what's left of the paper sheet, and all the A4 card is gone. So there are still some toppers left somewhere, I know not where, but there are a few. So this is one side of the card, and I've made an A5 card. I've added my die cut house and my die cut. I've added some cosmic shimmer crystal jewels, I think they're called. I put on some, this is Papercraft Society accent glaze, and I cannot for the life of me get it to dry smooth like glossy accents does. So what I did was I put it on, tipped the crystal jewels on, and I've done that the whole way through. This is one side of the sheet of card as well, and I added a little die cut topper and the crystal jewels, the gems down the side, and the little topper bird. This is another A5 card because this was a side of the card too. So I've used each side and made a card out of it. Added the crystal jewels, my gems, a little die cut topper, and a sentiment from my stash. This is the final one, so that will be 2 sheets of card, and I've added my little toppers and the sentiment from my stash. This is a slimline card. This is one side and this is the other side. It was an A4 sheet, and I actually did 3, I think. There's another one somewhere, although I don't know where. I cut the card up, the A4 sheet up into 3, and this was one side, this was another. Added my gems, a topper, some snowflakes, added on a couple of die cuts and crystals onto the snow on the toadstools. This is the third one here, and I only used, because it only had the one toadstool on it, so I used more toppers, a few gems and a greeting. And the foil card, this is green foil card, there's red, green, blue, gold foil card the whole way through are from my stash. This is a long, I cut, this must have been another piece of the sheet, and I have cut the bottom bit off. The top will have been used somewhere else, and added my little toppers and my crystal jewels and my greeting. Then this is another piece of the toadstools that I had left, and I simply used it as a square topper. Added my little toppers for my die cut bit, and crystal gems. This is one of the papers, and this is a tonic scallop square die. This is a 5x7 card. The last one was 6x6. One piece of the card. Toppers from the thing. Gems from Poundland. Alina Cuttle die cut. And the Miriam Bright. And then this is an A6 card. So this would have been the smaller piece of card I had left. I simply cut a snowbank and put the gems on it and added my little toppers and my sentiment. So we'll go here next. There are over 50 cards here. So this is the square stitch, inverted square stitched die from my stash. This is one of the papers. This is red card from my stash that I have framed. This is one of the outside frames of this that I have twisted. Then I've added my topper on foam, some gems and the sentiment. Now this is a large oval tonic die that I forgot I had, and when I was hooking and poking I found it and used it. So this is the paper from one of the pieces of card. Then the gold and the detail there in red, then one of the frames, and then this oval, the smaller gold and red, and then the topper, and a few gems to follow the line of the diagonal. So this is a piece of card I had left, and I used some dies from my stash to accent the small topper. This is the tonic scallop circle die. This is the smallest ones, and I've added the 3 tiny circles and Merry Christmas from my stash. This is a 5x7 card. That last one was an A6. This is an old Marianne die from my stash. So this is from Amazon. So I've added the outer die, the detail bit, the frame on flat, and then the topper popped up, and added a couple of hearts that I had given me. So this is an A5 card, and this is one of the pieces of cards, the A4, and I've taken a circle die and cut the corner out this time. I've used a spellbinder circle and a tarred decorative circle and a tarred lace plain circle die, and this Joy to the World is from Card Making Magic, I think, and this is one of the papers. Oops. This is one of the sheets of card from the side. This little die is from Amazon. I just added a little tree. You get 2 layers, and then I added some glitter as well. The Merry Christmas is from Amazon. I bought some new ones the other day. This is, I don't know where from, but I've used it a lot. This is one of the strips and some gems to highlight it. These are cut out of one of the circle dies I have from Apple Blossom, and this is the waist, which I have obviously used, and I've elongated my topper with this die and added my sentiment to the side. Then this is one of the pieces of card. This is a tonic decorative square die and matte layer. It's on foam tape. Then the frame is on foam tape, and the inner frame is popped down flat. Then the topper is added on 2 sheets of foam tape, and my little tree, my sentiment, some stars. Once again, this is the other, you got 4 sets of toppers, 2 of each the same, and you get, for each one of them you get 2 sheets of card, so you would have 8 sheets of card, I think. Anyway, this is the other one, and I cut it out this time with a surprise creation die. I added the Merry Christmas from my stash and the little bow and holly from my stash. This is once again one of the edges. I've added a little topper, my snowflake in the same green card, and my Let It Snow. This is another edge. This time I have put glitter on. It is, actually I have it here, Cosmic Shimmer Glitter Jewels. This is one of them, only this time it's like a pure white glitter. It's really pretty. Some gems, die cut, and my topper, which I have got glitter glaze pen on it. This is another piece of the edge card. I've forgotten to do mine this time, but I've added the banner on foam tape, the gems, and the little Noel and the little topper presents. This time I've gone to town and done this is a piece of the card, the side, and done the glitter jewels. Chunky one, it's not that one. I wonder. Yeah, it's just, it's called glitter juice, but it's called ice snow. This one is called diamond snow. So I've added the ice snow onto there, and some gems to accent the banner or the border, and a little sentiment. Once again, this is a AliExpress die that I've had a long time. I've simply put the 2 frames flat on top of it, popped this up, and added my sentiment. This is my inverted square, and I've cut the card out with the second size, popped up the outer frame, flattened the inner frame, and double popped up the topper. This is a cool dude from my stash, as are these red gems. That was a 6x6. This is a A6. I've taken one of the small toppers, used the surprise creation, added a border with some of the red gems and the sentiment. This is another A6. This is an old die from AliExpress. This is a piece of the card, and I've cut the edge off the other side and stuck it on to make it match. And the topper is flat and the frame is popped up. Another edge die, I simply added the topper from our gnome to yours, and the Yuletide with a few of the crystal jewels on it as well. This is a die I got from Amazon the other day, and in the background I've once again mirrored this pattern over here, and the frame is popped up. This is flat, and then the topper is double popped, and the little sentiment was the same green card from my stash. That was a 5x7. This is an A6. I found this glitter ribbon in my stash, added some gems, my holly in the corner, and a Merry and Bright from my stash. This is I got this as a sketch idea, I think, and I've created two of them. These are A6. I've cut some of the paper out that's left over with dies and then used them to accent my topper. I've done the same here, only with gold and red card this time. My topper, surprise creation, and a happy Christmas from my stash. This is another A6 card. This is an old AliExpress background plate that I bought, and I've layered it 3 times and added a piece of green card behind it to accent the stars. Added my topper and my sentiment with this little die here. Where did I get it from? Amazon? One never knows. This is a big A5 card. This is a Sweet Dixie die that I've put on foam tape. Then the frame is flat on top of that. Then this bit here is on more foam tape, and this bit is flat on top, and I've just put foam tape to balance it on that side. Added a strip and gems. The mountain has fallen, and this is another one. The same paper from the pad. Die from Amazon. Frame flat, topper popped up. And then we're on to the blue ones. So this is blue glitter card that I got. I think it's from Baker Ross. It's not glitter card, it's mirror card. You got gold, silver, blue, red and green. This is one of the sheets of A4 card, and I've simply cut out the topper from another sheet and used the same dies. Added a Santa Claus. This is from Love from Lizzie. So another side of the sheets, the A4 sheets, gems, and this is an old die from my stash that I have no idea where I got it. This is a 6x6, and I've used 4 of the toppers. I've added some glitter or foil card and gems, and simply added a sentiment down the middle. This is actually what do you call that? Z-fold card. So I've taken a piece of the card from the A4 one, put it on this side, run some gems up it, 2 little toppers on foam tape, and this little toppers on foam tape. Then I used some red card and an embossing folder from my stash to accent it. There's a little piece of the card in behind there, and then my larger topper and my sentiment. So I offset this one a bit. This is cut 3 times from, the top one is from ivory sort of shiny card, and it's cut 3 times on placed on a foil card. I added my sentiment to the left, no, my topper to the left and my sentiment to the right. This is one of my favourite dies for framing these toppers. This is a bit of the card that was left over, and I've just lengthened it with some gems and one of the foil strips, and the Merry Christmas is from my stash. This is a foil plate I got off a site called TEMU, and I've added it onto the red. I've popped up the strip, and then the gems are on flat, and then this is popped up to match the same height as is my sentiment. You want to get up there, Riley, you can't get up there because of that. So I've taken one of the smaller ones and used one of my recent Amazon purchases on a piece of the A4 card with some gems. This is another piece of the A4 card, as is this, and I've simply used my dies to cut out and layer different pieces. This little die is cut 3 times with my topper, and then I've put some red glitter on my topper, or my sentiment. That was an A6. This is 5x7. This is that recent purchase die. My topper, these gems were given to me by a lovely lady called Crafting with Gertie. You should check out her channel. This is a slim line with the 3 toppers, and I've matted them onto a piece of the paper from the paper pad, and then this is one of the sides of the A4 card. Another small square one that I have framed with die cuts and added my sentiment. Another slim line with the 3 on it, only this time I've added these little, this bit of foil card is from my stash, and the Be Jolly on red. This is an A6 card, and this is a sketch from somewhere, and I've added my topper with a bit of the blue foil card matting, and I just used my corner punch to replicate the corners, and a little stamp from my, or die from my stash. Another quick one with another bit of that foil card from my stash. This one's 3 times layered, and then this is flat on top of it. This is like a snowflake plate that I got from Temu, and added my topper, a bit of the card to frame it, my sentiment, and a few gems. And the last one is a slim line made with a piece of the A4 card. I've highlighted the strip with some gems. I've put a piece of sparkle film over a bit of the scrap card that was left and used it to mount my topper, and my sentiment is on foam tape and it has glitter glaze on it. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the cards I made. I still have the sheets from the topper pad that I'm going to use as toppers left, and I don't know when I'll get round to that. Until TJ goes back to school, videos are going to be few and far between, unfortunately. So I hope you'll stick around until they return. I hope you're all safe and well, and until the next time, Jackie out.